Hi everyone, welcome to another video. In this video we're going to talk about the method that's most effective to facilitate growth, both internal and external, both having external results but really facilitating that inner growth. And that is very, very simple, right? And I'll start with this. Look, you can see maybe it's raining now, maybe you can't see the raindrops, but trust me, it's raining, it's wet. What happens when it rains? Everybody goes to shelter, right? To hide under a roof. They go back home, they go to a cafe, they get an umbrella, right? Understandable and normal. You probably need to be dry for those situations. But some people are so not used to rain because they always stay sheltered that if it happens to be that they're out somewhere where they can't hide from the rain, there's no trees, there's no buildings nearby, and they don't have an umbrella, when the rain hits them, they feel so bad, they feel so drained of energy, they feel so cold that they just can't deal with that properly, and it becomes almost like a traumatizing experience for them, right? And this can be applied to everything else that we do in life, because when we're not ready for life's challenges, when it hits us so badly that we just get shocked so much that we lose all the focus, all the power, we drop everything that we were doing, we lose the momentum because we're not ready for those hard times, because we're too comfortable. You see, gym was created as a means for us to prepare for the war, for the military, for those situations when it's, you gotta lift heavy things, you gotta run fast, you have to carry a big rucksack, or in the ancient times you have to fight with a sword for hours and hours. The only way to prepare for that is to train your stamina, your endurance, to the level where you can sustain that in a long battle. And so many people go to gym to get harder, yet they still act like little girls. Nothing wrong with being a little girl. Really, the word I want to use is little bitches. So many men go to gym to get jacked, to get strong, to get ripped, yet they still act like little bitches because they haven't actually gone through real hardship. They haven't put themselves through real challenge in life. They had it easy. Middle-class family, went to university, never had a blue-collar job, went to white-collar job straight away, software engineering, making 5-10 grand a month, writing one line of code once a week. That's a lot of software engineers, by the way. Yeah, they tell you it's going to take 1 week, takes them 3 minutes. And a lot of people are unprepared for real life challenges. So when it does hit them, when they're 25, when they're 30, and they get that blowback from life, they're completely gone. Destroys them. So many people commit suicide. So many people give up on their dreams. So many people live very, very small lives. So the realest way for you to grow is to commit yourself to something that's almost impossible to complete, that's almost impossible to accomplish. Commit yourself to something so big that you're almost afraid of it a little bit yourself. And as a person who wants to win, you may be even going to be like, oh, no, that's impossible. I'm going to, it's too big. I'm going to lose hope and I'm going to stop. And that's what happens to a lot of people. And this can happen to a lot of people. But the upside of taking a big-ass challenge is that it stimulates you to grow in ways that's undescribable. You see, you can change your environment to a more challenging environment to become more powerful. If you live in a city, you go live in the countryside. You will learn quite a few things. Probably going to have to stock up on food at least. Somewhere more rural, right? Somewhere where there's no like delivery, easy food delivery, where you have to go shopping, maybe drive 1 hour, 2 hours to a nearest city to buy food. So you need to plan in advance for 3, 4, 5, 6 days, maybe a week. Maybe you don't want to go there too often, right? If it takes a long time. Maybe you're somewhere where you can't even get everything, so you have to be creative, and you can't just throw away something when it's broken. You got to fix it. I've been in places like that. Maybe there are places where there's just no internet. very fun, challenging. These things can stimulate you to grow, but you don't need to move. You don't need to change your immediate surroundings for that anymore, because with what's available to us in modern age is I'm barefoot on the grass and touching that tree for some energy. That's very good. You can just shift your ambition. Aspire for something bigger. Become more ambitious. Allow yourself to actually go for that dream that you have. Suddenly, everything's going to change. Your environment might appear exactly the same if we would have taken a photo, but everything has shifted because your internal world has shifted, because you're now playing a different game. Time is more valuable now. You cannot hang out with certain people anymore, because if it's not bringing you closer towards your purpose, why would you do that, right? Now you value your time a lot more, and you spend a lot more time with yourself, honing your craft. And you're quite selective of who you spend your time with, because you're going to be thinking, are they going to move me closer to my goal? Is this going to move me closer to my goal? Is this going to move me closer to my goal? Is this going to move me closer to my goal? Right? When you become short focused like that, that kind of focus is exactly like a laser. And you can carve out the best version of yourself. And the only way to start that is by allowing yourself to dream and uncover that childhood dream that you have, that maybe you had forgotten. Maybe somewhere deep in the memories. But trust me, once you connect with that power and you keep it alive daily and you feed it and you give it energy and you ignite that fire bigger and bigger, your being is going to expand so much. It will be the greatest high you will ever feel. It will be the best drunken state, yet still powerful. The biggest expansion in your life is available to you if you really, really, really connect with that. Your one childhood dream, your big ambition. Oh, you might say, oh, I wanted to be a Superman when I was a baby. I wanted to be a Batman. I wanted to be, I don't know, an astronaut. A lot of things are unfeasible, but what is the closest to that? You can still go to space, but it costs a lot of money. Okay, how can you make that money? Or how can you get involved in space program in some other way and facilitate you actually going there? What does Superman do? He saves the world. How can you save the world? What can you do for the world? Pick one thing. People are fighting plenty of demons. Look at drug addicts, alcohol addicts. Look at people dealing with some other addictions. People are starving. There's wars. Obesity. People are just dealing with their own fat. Can't even deal with that. Get that fat demon out of there. You can do that. Batman. What does Batman do? Speaks with deep voice. Hey, I'm Batman. I'm going to save you from evil and from the crime. I'm Batman. Dream accomplished. Maybe you wanted to be an actor, but Hollywood doesn't select you for the movies. Make your own. Write your own script. Get your own crew. Get funding. Make money. Find money. All of this is available too. All of this is possible. And I'm not creating this out of nothing. Everyone who has achieved something says exactly the same thing. It is possible. And it starts with that. It starts with that realization. First, belief. First, maybe you're just saying that. Maybe you don't believe it at all. Maybe all of your body is going to be like, ugh, when you're going to say, it's possible. And, you know, your voice is going to crack and be like, it's possible. My dream is possible. You know, all of these years of hindrance and suppression are going to manifest themselves in a very ugly way. You're going to be like, oh, man, I can't be saying that. But you have to go through it. It's possible. It's possible. It's possible. Truly. Your dreams. Right here. It's possible. It's possible, and take action towards it. Take the smallest step. Tell somebody you care about, tell somebody you can trust. Write it down, write it out, detail it, see it. Maybe a process of visualizing and writing it down is going to help you, to kind of understand it. You write something down, be like, oh wait, actually I want it like that, and so you keep structuring it. And better you can see it, better you can create it. Well, quite likely it's not going to manifest itself if you just sit on your ass and only visualize it, but without you visualizing it, unless you're a massive action taker, probably still won't happen, because you got to see it. You got to see it to create it. You have to see it. If it's a big vision, this has to be a blueprint. There has to be a design. Starts with a sketch on a napkin. That is good enough. Spend 1 minute. If all you have today is 1 minute spare, because you're so busy, spend 1 minute on your vision. You can do a minute. And if you want, you can do more, but at least a minute. And then another day, maybe another minute or two. Design your life. Design your vision. Design your passion. See it. Connect with it. Feel the emotions. Smell the smells. Hear the sounds. See the picture. And allow yourself to be bold. Don't just see something basic like a house and a car. That's great. I'm not saying these things are bad. But aspire for something bigger that's really gonna challenge you, that's really gonna put pressure on you, that's really gonna be like, you're gonna have to say no to a lot of things. Maybe fun things, maybe things you enjoy doing. Like hanging out in a park all day, laying on the grass, smoking weed, eating desserts. A lot of people would love to do that. But there's a bigger thing at stake. You might have to not do that for a while. Maybe you do it only once a week, maybe once a month, maybe once a year, maybe never. Maybe you stop for a couple years and then allow yourself to do it again, whatever it's gonna be, whatever is gonna help you to move. Make deals with yourself on all levels of consciousness. Whenever you feel elevated and more connected to the divine, and whenever you feel a bit lower, more connected to the animal. Get all of them involved. All of them need to get some sort of benefit, The monkey, the dog, and the divine, the angel, the shaman. Your inner guru. Give them all something. Give the baby something. Give the boy something. Give the man something. Give your feminine side something. They will appreciate you, and you will appreciate them, and they will help you. Connecting to that bigger ambition is the source of power, is the source of energy. Keep connecting, keep reconnecting with it daily. It's going to help you to move forward. Magic will come from this. And truly, doesn't even matter whether you actually achieve that big ambition or a goal. What's going to happen to you on the way is what's going to be really worth it. The people you meet, the adventures you experience, the journey, the places you're going to go to, the experiences you're going to have, the uncomfortable, the comfortable, the good, the bad, the stories you will have for yourself and for your friends and for your family, right? The energy, the passion. Maybe it will take you somewhere else and you will end up thinking, oh, actually that vision, I don't really want it anymore, but that thing that I didn't even think about presented itself, and I'm like, damn, that's actually great. This can happen. This can happen. This can happen. And if it's genuinely making you more fulfilled and more happy, you'll be like, yeah, sure. I'll trade my vision for something that's even better that I didn't even imagine. It can happen. But you gotta follow that initial compass first. You got to learn how to stay laser focused, and the process is creating something in the outer world with big ambition. Because it's hard for most people to meditate on a single point for the whole day. So we take actions in the world. We work out, we eat some food, and we build. Allow yourself to dream big, and you will manifest the best version of yourself. Something that you couldn't even imagine before. That's it for today. Have a lovely day, and I'll see you next time.